Are we truly the masters of our own minds? Or are we often swept along by unseen currents, powerful forces that surge from the depths of our being, dictating our desires, our fears, our relentless striving? The philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer painted a stark picture of humanity driven by a blind will, an insatiable, unconscious force. Carl Jung, delving into the psyche's abyss, charted the complex ways this primal energy echoes through our dreams, our shadows, our very sense of self. It's a vision that can feel bleak, a life at the mercy of impulses we barely comprehend. Yet, from the ancient porticos of Greece and Rome, the Stoic philosophers offered a resounding note of hope, a blueprint for an inner citadel, a fortress of the mind capable of achieving profound freedom even amidst life's most turbulent storms. Today, we embark on a journey to reconcile these powerful perspectives. We explore Schopenhauer's challenge, navigate Jung's depths, and arm ourselves with Stoic wisdom, all in the quest for true freedom of mind, the power to live with purpose, clarity, and unshakable inner peace, not as puppets of unseen forces, but as conscious architects of our inner lives. Arthur Schopenhauer invites us to peer into the very engine room of existence, and what he reveals is not a benevolent creator or a rational order, but a force he termed the will, or more accurately, the will to live. This isn't your individual willpower, your conscious resolve. It is far vaster, far more primal, a blind, irrational, ceaseless striving that pulses through every atom of the universe, from the growth of a plant to the complex desires of a human heart. It is the relentless current beneath the surface of all things, a constant urge to be, to manifest, to continue. The most unsettling aspect of Schopenhauer's will is its utter blindness. It has no ultimate goal, no final satisfaction. It simply wills. When one desire is met, another immediately takes its place, like waves endlessly crashing on a shore. Satisfaction, he argued, is therefore fleeting, a momentary pause before the next surge of wanting, or the descent into the stagnant waters of boredom. Here, Schopenhauer locates the fundamental source of life's pervasive suffering. We are driven by this insatiable will, condemned to a cycle of longing, temporary relief, and renewed longing. It manifests in us as our restless ambitions, our gnawing anxieties, our fleeting joys that never quite deliver lasting peace. We feel its pull in the inexplicable urge to acquire, to achieve, to become, often without a clear understanding of why. Schopenhauer's vision is undoubtedly somber, yet it holds a profound, if uncomfortable, truth. By daring to look at this relentless current within, by acknowledging this often unconscious force that seems to drive so much of our inner and outer lives, we take the first crucial step. We begin to understand the nature of the waters we navigate, preparing us to seek ways not to be endlessly tossed by its waves. If Schopenhauer's will is the vast, impersonal ocean, then Carl Jung provides the diving bell to explore its depths within our own individual psyche. Jung understood that this relentless life force doesn't just exist out there. It echoes profoundly within us, primarily through the landscape of the unconscious. Here, the blind striving of the will takes on personal forms, weaving itself into our dreams, our complexes, and the archetypal patterns that shape our experiences. Think of the powerful archetypes Jung described: the hero, the lover, the magician. Are these not, in part, vessels through which the will seeks to express its drive for experience, for connection, for impact? The shadow, too, becomes a crucial arena. Those aspects of the will's raw energy that our conscious ego deems unacceptable, perhaps intense ambition, untamed desires, or profound fears, are often cast into this hidden realm. Yet they do not vanish. Instead, these repressed energies can form complexes, emotionally charged clusters that exert a powerful, often disruptive influence on our thoughts and actions, making us feel as though we are wrestling with invisible forces. What we often perceive as our most personal, unique desires may, from this perspective, be the impersonal will speaking through us, colored by our individual history. Jung's great contribution was to illuminate this inner terrain, showing us that to gain any measure of freedom, we must first become aware of these powerful unconscious echoes. We must understand how deeply this primal current shapes our inner world. Having glimpsed the relentless will and the shadowed depths of the unconscious, one might feel a sense of despair. Are we then merely puppets? The Stoic philosophers from Epictetus to Marcus Aurelius resoundingly answer, no. They offer us a blueprint, not for conquering these vast forces, but for building an unshakable sanctuary within ourselves, the Inner Citadel. This is the fortress of a mind cultivated in reason, virtue, and self-awareness, from which we can achieve true freedom. Its foundation stone is the dichotomy of control, the clear understanding that while we cannot stop the primal urges of the will from arising, nor fully map every echo in our unconscious, we hold absolute sovereignty over our own judgments, our chosen responses, our actions. Upon this foundation, we post a vigilant guard, prosoche, or sustained attention. This is the practice of observing our inner impressions, the desires, fears, and thoughts stirred by the will and its shadows with calm alertness before they sweep us away. And at the gate of this citadel stands the power of assent. We learn to consciously choose which impressions to agree with, which narratives to accept, which impulses to act upon. This isn't about suppression, it's about wise discernment. The Inner Citadel is not built to wage war on our nature, but to ensure that our highest nature, our capacity for reason and virtue, remains in command, allowing us to navigate the powerful currents of life with unwavering inner peace and purposeful strength. Building the Inner Citadel is not merely a defensive act. It is the creation of a sacred space for profound inner work, the Jungian journey of integration. If the will and its unconscious echoes are the raw, often volatile material of our psyche, then Stoic practice provides the alchemical tools to transform this base metal into the gold of a conscious, integrated life. Consider the Stoic practice of evening self-reflection. As you review your day, not with judgment but with honest inquiry, you begin to see the subtle ways the will's urges or the shadow's projections influence your reactions and choices. This awareness is the first step in bringing the unconscious into the light. Stoicism also tempers us through facing discomfort willingly. By practicing small acts of self-discipline or enduring minor hardships, we build the inner fortitude required to confront the often uncomfortable truths that emerge from our depths. Furthermore, the Stoic discipline of objectively examining our impressions, those initial thoughts and feelings, allows us to discern what arises from reason and what might be a distorted echo of the will or a shadow aspect. We learn to question, is this thought true? Is this desire truly mine or an ancient current passing through? Finally, the unwavering Stoic focus on virtuous action provides a constructive channel. By dedicating our energy to what is right and good, we guide the powerful forces within us towards noble ends, rather than allowing them to express themselves chaotically. This alchemy doesn't seek to eliminate the primal energies, but to understand, integrate, and partner with them, transforming blind force into conscious, purposeful power. Through this dedicated inner alchemy, where Jungian depth meets Stoic practice, we begin to experience something truly precious, freedom of mind. This isn't an escape from life's challenges or the silencing of our inner energies. Rather, it is a profound shift in our relationship to them. Schopenhauer's blind will may still pulse within us, the unconscious may still whisper, but we are no longer its unwitting servants. We stand within our inner citadel, able to observe these forces, understand their nature, and choose our response with wisdom.
This freedom manifests as purposeful living. The immense energy of the will, once scattered or destructive, can now be consciously channeled towards goals aligned with our deepest values, with Stoic virtue. Life ceases to be a mere reaction to circumstance. It becomes an expression of chosen intent. With this comes a deep and abiding inner peace, ataraxia. Knowing that our core well-being rests not on external outcomes, but on our internal integrity, we find a calm that the world's chaos cannot easily touch. We become more resilient, able to navigate setbacks with grace, learning and growing rather than breaking. This is the fruit of Jungian individuation and Stoic self-mastery, a life of authenticity, where our actions, thoughts, and feelings are in greater harmony, guided not by blind compulsion, but by the clear light of conscious, virtuous choice. It is the ongoing practice of living as a sovereign in one's own inner kingdom. We have journeyed from Schopenhauer's stark vision of the blind will, through Jung's labyrinthine depths of the unconscious, to the steadfast strength of the Stoic Inner Citadel. We've seen that the forces shaping our inner lives are indeed powerful, often unseen. Yet, we've also discovered that we are not condemned to be their passive victims. The Stoic quest for freedom of mind, enriched by Jungian insight, offers us a path to true inner sovereignty. It teaches us that by cultivating awareness, by applying reason, and by committing to virtuous action, we can transform our relationship with these deep energies. We learn to navigate the relentless current of the will, not by trying to stop it, but by steering our own vessel with skill and purpose. The Inner Citadel stands not as a denial of our complex nature, but as a testament to our capacity to live consciously within it. This quest for freedom is not a one-time achievement, but the daily, moment-by-moment practice of a lifetime. It is the art of living deliberately, authentically, and with a profound, unshakable peace that arises from being the true, wise ruler of your own mind.